Becker, swim dodge, fires and scores! Skipping step, behind the back! Pass, the extra look, and the goal! Shot on goal and good. We are at Northport High School on a gorgeous afternoon for lacrosse. And this afternoon, we've got a pair of heavy hitters in Suffolk Division 1. It is the Bulls from Smithtown East coming in with a 3-1 record, 3-0 in Suffolk Division 1 against the Northport Tigers coming in at 6-1 and 5-0 in Suffolk Division 1, a game presented by WhitFit Athletics. Good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler here, of course, with Rob Pennell, the great Rob Pennell, a Smithtown West guy. So we've got to be a little bit careful here with Rob. It's East playing here today, but Rob, listen, you've had an unbelievable couple of days. You were out at Augusta having fun watching that. You watched your Big Red with a big win against Syracuse, and now a really big high school lacrosse game here with maybe some playoff implications early on. Yeah, these two teams obviously vying for the top seed in Suffolk Division 1, and two teams that are obviously very familiar with playing really good lacrosse.
Finally, some great lacrosse weather here on Long Island. We've been waiting for it. But yes, league play, both teams undefeated in league, and those games are more important as they come as you get later into the season for that playoff seeding. With Smithtown East and Northport here, both having had close games against some of the top teams in their league. This is, we assume, is going to be a close one as well.
Yeah, two teams with similar paths, right? When we watch the Bulls, they opened the season with that rivalry loss, a non-league loss to Smithtown West, 11-6, right? So you wonder, and that comes off also of getting beat up a little bit in the Shore-and-Wading River scrimmage, right? So you kind of wonder, where are we? What are we doing? And they bounce back against Pat Med. They beat Comac, and then they had that one-goal win, that come-from-behind win against Connecticut, which is the one that came into this when Owen Carroll, 4 goals and 2 assists. Joe Hobart, 3 goals, 4 assists, the game-winning goal as well with 30 seconds left. So they're coming in with a lot of confidence as well. But also they've got a little chip on their shoulder because the last 3 years that they've played, of course, you lose the COVID year, the Bulls have been eliminated by Northport in the postseason, right? So the Tigers have had the better of this series. So, a little extra motivation for the guys here today.
Yeah, and never a game that you want to lose. Maybe a team that you'll see later in the season. You could see Smithtown East, as they've started out this season, has gotten better each and every week, as you expect. And I'm sure they're really looking forward to this one, as it'll be their game of the season so far.
Hobart is the face-off guy, and of course we'll go over, as this broadcast goes along, the litany of incredible face-off guys who have played out at Smithtown. But our impact player today is on the first midfield line as Marcus Wertheim, the Brown commit, 14 goals, 5 assists on the year, has really risen as a leader, has a great commanding presence of the field. When he touches the ball, the slide comes right away, and he's done a lot better of a job, I think, recently, Rob, of recognizing the slide and then hitting the guy back door. So his ability to work both as a guy to score and also as a facilitator has been really big for the Bulls.
Having someone like Wertheim out there, obviously big, strong, talented midfielder headed to Brown, who can draw that attention from a defense and not just create for himself, but most importantly, create for others, and it seems that's what he's been doing as of late.
The Tigers, as we had on the Varsity Media Sports Network, opened the season with that 12-4 loss out at Mount Sinai, and really, it was those early season games, no matter who you play, it's about sort of a litmus test and figuring out what you need to work on after you've had your practices and your scrimmages. And the thing that really was a struggle for Northport was handling the Mount Sinai ride and being able to clear. They've cleaned that up the last few games. They bounced back right away against Port Washington. They had a big win against Floyd, also a 1-goal win over Connecticut. Then they beat Lindy, Bayshore, and Hills. So in that Hills win, 9-2, and it's a Hills team that beat Ward Melville as well. So a big win for the Tigers coming into this one. Mike Meyer had 2 goals and 2 assists. Jacob Stark, 2 goals. Timmy Kirchner, 1 and 2. Luke Lamondola had 9 saves. Our impact player for the Tigers here today is Mike Meyer on that attack line. He's a senior going to Bucknell. You see the numbers there for him as well. 16 goals, 13 assists. He is dynamic. He can get that big body moving. He gets his hands free as well. He's a threat to score anytime he touches the ball.
Yeah, what I notice most about him is that he has that 16 goals, 13 assists. He's very balanced. So just as much as he can create for himself, he's creating for others. Really looking forward to watching him today against a strong Smithtown East defense, but perhaps not their strength as a team.
Take a quick break for the anthem, and we'll return with the starters for this one. It's a Suffolk Division I showdown presented by Whitfit Athletics on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Northport. Usually those scoreboard is lit up. It's not here this afternoon, just not yet. That might be an issue for us going forward. We might not be able to tell you the time. We'll certainly give you the score, though, as we go along. What we can do, though, for you is give you the starting lineups. First, for Smithtown East. Up front, you've got an attack line of Carroll, Rooney, and Marge. Your first midfield line of Wertheim, Hobart. He does stay on as that faceoff guy. And Ferraro. Long stick midi is Hunter Stritch. Your D, and a very good one at that as well, Desano, Willie, and Tarana. In the cage is Nick Mathis, the Cortland commit. Senior for head coach, Rob Campbell, in his fourth season out of Siaquam Secondary. Yeah, that's in British Columbia, by the way, an 07 grad. His connection to the area is when he came here to play for Stony Brook University. He also has a connection with Larry Cerasi, the Northport coach, because his brother, Larry's brother, Dom, was a defensive midfielder on Rob's Stony Brook team as well. So there's already that connection between the two head coaches as well. For the Tigers of Northport, you mentioned our impact player, of course. He leads the attack line. It is Meyer, Stark, and Murphy. First midfield of Hellrigel, McNaughton, and Timmy Kirchner. Drew Miller, you're going to love watching him, Rob, I think. A terrific, athletic, attack-minded long pole is Miller. And your defense, your close D, is a little bit changed from what we were used to. Unfortunately, an injury to John Alfiero, the High Point commit, he's out for the season. Tore his ACL against Port Washington, a freak sort of non-contact thing. Dan Eager still not in as well. That's two Division I commits, so you've had to switch things up a little bit. Breckling comes from long stick midi. He joins Sandrib and Flynn. And the goalie is Luke Lamandola. He's had a great first year as a starting goalie. For the head coach, Larry Cerasi, in his second season out of Center Reach High School, 2003 graduate, played for Middle Country, and then also to Stony Brook, 7 years as a JV assistant coach here, 3 years as a varsity assistant, took the job last year. And oh, by the way, just goes out and wins the Long Island Championship, right? So what do you do for an encore? And that's what the Tigers are facing here today. So just about set to start here on a gorgeous afternoon, as RP3 said, really the first really good lacrosse weather day, right? It's been a little bit chilly here in the Northeast and on Long Island, but definitely some great weather and a great matchup as well between these two teams. And again, our game presented by Whitfit Athletics. Sports performance training for all sports. We help to improve speed, strength, power, and cognitive abilities. We work with athletes of all ages, from youth to pro. Free evaluation. When you mention Varsity Media, you see the email, and the number up there as well out in East Setauket. We thank WhitFit Athletics for their support. So just about set here for the start. I'm really interested, as kind of always is the case, especially when you have two good ones, the face-off X, right? Obviously, it's so massive. Hobart, shifty, scrappy. He's that fighter for the ground balls. He's a junior, not yet committed. On the other side, for Northport, is a Penn State commit, and Tyler Kuparanchek. Coop, they call him, got the quick hands, of course, and struggled a little bit in that opener that we had against Mount Sinai. And look, you know these face-off guys, they all kind of train together, and they know each other, and they know about the individual matchups when they come into a game as well. So it becomes, kind of a personal mano-a-mano thing for them.
Yeah, they know each other so well. They're going against each other on a weekly basis, certainly in the off-season, training with one another, pushing each other to that next level. When you get out here going against one another, it's really who can figure out the whistle fastest, get that ref's timing down. But it's also part of the unit. When you know each other so well, there's going to be loose balls. So what are the wings doing? What are those short stick middies on the wings doing to get those ground balls, to make it a scrap, working together as a unit and not just one-on-one at the face-off X?
When we spoke with Campbell about Northport, he said, listen, they don't make a lot of mistakes, and we're excited for this game because it's going to be a good test for both teams. Said that really either can win by 6 or 7 goals, either could win by a goal. It depends on who shows up on the day. But listen, he said Northport's a team that knocked us out the last couple of years. They're athletic. They have a deep bench. They're well-balanced. They've got some skill guys who can make you play. Their D is able to get up and push and transition. So it's a great test for a Smithtown East team that, again, has won their last 3 games. Some big games as well going forward. Sachem North, Whitman, and Ward Melville on the horizon for the Bulls. And for Northport, listen, they had a quick turnaround from that loss against Mount Sinai, and it wasn't sort of, it was a battle of 2 teams that were defending Long Island champions, and in Northport, again, just struggled on the day, especially with Mount Sinai's aggressive 10-man ride, and that was a point of emphasis going forward, and they played Port Washington immediately after that. A couple days later, he said, we learned a lot, did Saray say, about that loss to Mount Sinai. A lot of moments where guys were just a step slower than they needed to be. And the speed of the game as well was a little bit different, especially because you had some young guys getting their first experience, but also other guys who are veteran in an increased role, right? So that was their first taste. And, of course, with Spallina running around and all those guys at Mount Sinai, that's a tough first test, but they've gotten better as a result of it. Said it was a great learning experience for our guys, and we've really started to really improve our clearing and writing game. He said we just didn't have enough practices to give our guys that feel that of what they expected against Mount Sinai. They have since, and he said, look, as a coach, that's what you teach and why you practice in the drills, because you know what to expect in a game like that. So I think both of these teams learned from early season losses and have been better because of it.
In sports, there are good losses, and you look at a team like Northport having such a great, successful season last year, Long Island champs, coming in against another Long Island champ to start the season, maybe feeling themselves a little bit. It's good to get humbled. It's good to be evaluated and watch that film and see what you can do to improve upon, immediately. What are your needs right as you start the season? What should you be focusing on? And then for Smithtown East, a loss against Smithtown West, who they've traditionally been better over the last few years. Early on, same thing. Watch that film. What do we need to build upon immediately early this season so that we're going to set ourselves up for success, not only just in the next week or two, but in a position to win at the end of the season.
We'll pull up those standings again, if we can, from Suffolk Division 1, and again show you a little bit of this parity, right, in the league. And it's been really impressive, right? Like, no team, it appears, at least early on, is going to run away with it. You see Northport, Huntington, and Smithtown East, as well as Middle Country, all undefeated in league play. But it's not just, teams with similar records. It's the games that they're playing, right? A team we don't see here in the top 8 is Connecticut, and they lost by a goal to both of these teams. They probably should be 3-0, right? So it's those little differences in each of these games in Suffolk Division 1, which I think also then increases the value of each game, of each possession, of each face-off, of each ground ball.
And as we know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And a lot of times teams that beat another team during the regular season are often beat in the playoffs. You find out a lot about that team. You find out what needs to be done to beat that team moving forward, and you get better as the season goes on. Teams aren't looking to peak in end of March, early April here. They're looking to peak into May and make sure that they're the best team possible for that playoff run. Just got to make sure they get that chance to play in the playoffs.
We'll take a quick break. Actually, no, we'll stay here. As it looks like we finally, we had a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure if it was because of the clock issue, but it looks like we're ready to get going here now out at Northport. And again, the Tigers have had the better of the Bulls the last couple of years. 18-11 was the win last year in the Division I quarterfinals, a 9-5 win in the regular season. Northport in the 2019 quarters and the 2018 first round also wins over Smithtown East. So Bulls would love nothing more than just to keep this winning streak going, but also, especially for those guys back like an Owen Carroll and guys who are seniors, get a little bit of revenge back for the Tigers. Opening faceoff goes for Cooper Ranchek, and here we go. The Tigers looking to get on attack, but you love the job there by Hobart, just staying with that play, not allowing the pass to get off. It'll stay with the Tigers, but that's a little bit of what Hobart's about. Timmy Kirchner gets the ball in, and now the Tigers get their offense going, and looks like the clock, as we've got a couple of horns, clock is on, as you can see. Of course, we're not playing 40-minute quarters, so they'll adjust that number for you, and we'll be able to get going as we're only a couple seconds in to this one. The Tigers wearing their whites, a 6-1 record, 5-0 in Suffolk Division I, and number 10 in the Varsity Media Sweet 16 boys lacrosse rankings, Smithtown East at 14. So it looks like the clock situation is, knock on wood, settled. And I think we're ready to go.
Northport with the ball on offense first here. I'm really looking to see that Desano-Meyer matchup. Should be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the key ones. You know, those game-within-a-game individual battles. That's one to watch. Certainly Desano going to Stony Brook, and Meyer, as you mentioned, going to Bucknell.
Love to see him attack him here right out of the gates. Feel out the matchup. Usually as an attackman, that's what you want to do. Get the ball on your stick. Feel out the guy guarding you, especially if you know he's one of the better defenders in Suffolk County.
Northport has been used to kind of more of these patient sets. You expect it certainly right away, but you know, Rob Campbell was saying as you watch film, you know, they get a lot of these 2-minute, 3-minute possessions as Kirchner backs it up, swings it back up top. Benches for both teams, getting excited. There's Murphy, gets it to X. That's Stark. Stark gets the number 2 guy in Willie. But really, he's kind of a 1A for the Bulls back line. And there's that matchup that we wanted to see. Meyer, Kirchner, sidearm shot wide.
Great look by Meyer there. There you see him feeling out that matchup. They got him inside, got him coming off the crease there for a nice quick dodge on the backside.
Stark puts it back into play. He'll work off. Well, I thought he was going to go with the pick of Kirchner. Lowers the shoulder. Kicks it up top again. McNaughton swings it to the other side. They dodge from there. Swing it. Kirchner. Meyer, can you get that right hand free? They slide. Gets it to Kirchner. Picks it up off the turf. Overhead shot in the goal. Northport takes the 1-0 lead.
Just a good bounce here. Obviously you have Meyer here looking to feed the inside, which he did successfully the play before, but this ball just bounces to Kirchner here, and you see just putting the ball on goal, gets the goalie to step away there and puts it to the inside. Great goal there. Good start for Northport. So patient on offense, really feeling out matchups, moving the ball around, not forcing anything early on, and they come away with their first possession with a goal.
Kirchner, the Siena commit, his 5th goal of the year. Meyer, his 14th assist, keeping that balanced scoring along. Ground ball picked up. Needs a little help, though. Did he get pushed out? He did. So the face-off win goes for Northport, but that extra effort by Smithtown East gets them the ball.
Yeah, that's twice now that Hobart has lost the face-off, but has knocked down a pass. There he is, knocking Kuparanak out of bounds. And here he comes back on offense to play 6-on-6.
There's Wertheim. And again, matchup, the game within a game. He's got Miller on him. Love that matchup as well. 2 high-level Division I guys. Smithtown East, they also kind of want to be a little bit patient as well, especially, valuing each possession, knowing how patient Northport is as well. Not kind of the Smithtown East of old that we've been used to, just kind of run and gun up and down. You got guys like Danagelis and Arceri winning every face-off, those kind of guys, right? And winning games 21-18.
Every team has their own strengths and their own identity, whether that's a push the tempo team or more of a 6-on-6 settled team, and that team seems to be this Smithtown East team identity is to settle it down, get the balls to the right players, get the balls to the right matchups, and attack on 6-on-6.
There's Mars, gets it up top to Rooney. Swings it to the left. Going to look to try to attack from there. Mars to this side now. Got the short stick matchup. Mars tries to go GLE. Good defensive work. They are pushing him off the ball. Quinn Reynolds, the sophomore, who solidified himself as a defensive midfielder, causes the turnover. So Northport gets the clear. Kirchner gets in, and they've got the lead as well, looking for more now. There is Meyer. Where Meyer goes today, more than likely he'll have DeSano right on him. It's kicked up top. It's Hellrigel. Again, because of some injuries, Northport's had to switch things up a little bit, but this kind of front 6 has remained the same. The changes have been more with the poles and D-Midi, second midfield unit. There's Kirchner, goes back to X, and McNaughton has it. McNaughton, slide comes, bounces it back up top. Meyer lowers the shoulder. Meyer! Is it in? It is. It kind of hugged that post and snuck its way in 2-0 for Northport.
Looks like Meyer found a spot low there to put this ball, but this is the second time where he's popped off the crease on that backside, and they've moved it to him, and he's had a dodge down the alley with a slide slow to come there. The first time he rolled back up the field and fed inside. This time he stayed with his right hand and got a shot on goal there low at the goalie's feet, where there's the most space, and found the back of the net.
Great start for Northport. Meyer's got a goal and an assist. Set up Kirchner on the first. And Kuparanchek, looks like he went early, so Hobart gets his first win. And now Smithtown East will look to respond. Campbell said, too, you can't really fall into too deep of a hole against a team like Northport. So even though it's really early, these possessions do become pretty important.
At the same time, though, you don't want to press early on. It is only 2-0, plenty of game left. You're not going to get a 2-pointer out here, so just take it one play at a time, one possession at a time. Smithtown's doesn't have to play with urgency here. Just have to know they have to play smart and secure the ball and start to continue to feel that Northport defense out.
Here's Wertheim trying to get downhill. He's dealing, though, with Miller. Bounces that shot wide. Again, Miller's a guy just will not leave the field going to Army. That's Carroll. Goes to his left. Harassed there, has to back it up. Really, all of these polls for Northport are very good. Bouncer is in! So Carroll, it's an individual matchup. Carroll beats his man, bounces it in, and pulls the Bulls within one.
Carroll, an attackman, finding himself at the top of the offense here, more in a midfielder role. Does a great job here of getting by his defenseman. You can see he feels the trail check here when he brings it out, protects the stick back to the inside, and great high-to-low finish to that off-stick side to get Smithtown East on the board. Great possession there for Smithtown East. Not rushing a shot, getting a couple good opportunities, and Carroll able to capitalize there.
Carroll's 10th goal of the year. And it will be a push, I believe, on Hobart, right? So, ooh, and a flag as well. Flag came in late.
I think the refs are going to talk this one over. There was no possession. Therefore, it's just a loose ball, foul, possession. Smithtown East should not be going man down for 30 seconds.
All right, let's see the conversation.
Looks like it's going to be a delay of game on Smithtown East for rolling the ball away from Northport when there was a change of possession there. 30-second technical foul.
So first man up opportunity for either team goes to Northport. And as you mentioned, a 30-second.
One of those calls as a coach that you can't stand. Just unnecessary, rolling the ball away. Just put it where you are on the ground. You don't have to roll it. You're not gaining any advantage other than possibly a disadvantage by the ref seeing it and calling that delay of game penalty, which happened in this case.
So after all the conversations, ready to go now. And kind of a double whammy as well, right? Because you got the push, you're already losing the possession, and now you're a man down, albeit for 30 seconds. Meyer swings it, gets it right back. 15 on the man-up opportunity. Hellriggle. Will the Tigers even get a shot off on this? Of course, you also don't want to force it. We're even now. Here's the backdoor look. Extra pass at the crease. And a goal! A great finish for Northport. And it's the freshman, Jack Delaberti.
Jack's fired up about that one. Great shot here. Really just a great individual effort as they throw the ball to him. There's really nothing here as the defenseman slides to him. He just continues up the field and low angle is able to get it by the goalie there. Great goal, great shot, great handle, and Northport capitalizing on the man-up opportunity. Late into it. Might have been even strength at that point.
Delaberti really impressed the coaching staff in the fall. They said, wow, he is not built like a freshman. Who is this kid? They had to check their roster. He's thick, man. He's like 190, and you can see the strength there as well. Face-off win here for East. They look to push the pace now. Firing just wide of the cage was Hobart. But Delaberti on because of the man up, right? He's that fourth attackman for the Tigers, trying to make a push for more time. That's the way you do it. 3-1 lead for the Tigers. They force the pass over here to Mars. Mars has a shorty matchup. That's one thing that Campbell said too. Look, and all of our front six can score, so anybody is dangerous off that shorty matchup. It's not like they're hiding anybody here. Here's Wertheim going downhill and firing.
Just a great individual effort here by Wertheim. Just power, speed, lefty on the run, and great shot placement as you see it here. Really nothing besides running straight at him, getting to a great spot on the field, and putting that shot to the far side on goal. Great individual effort there. Great spacing by Smithtown East to give him that shooting space, and a great answer to the man-up goal by Northport.
Yeah, he's a guy in our conversation with Rob Campbell who he said can beat anybody. And that includes 54, one of the better long stick middies, not just on the island, but in the country. A stalemate. GB is picked up by the Tigers. And again, Hobart forces it. He had some help there as well. Credit Hunter Stritch, the LSM. And you wonder too, Rob, I mean, the way that's happening, this is the third time now. Is that something to even pick it up on film, right? Because they're attacking right away. They're doubling Kuparanchek when that ball comes out, and really nearly 3 turnovers.
As you said, these two guys know each other, right? So make it a 3v3 battle, and when one guy picks it up, swarm, make them get the ball to the offense, right? That faceoff is not over until the offense has the ball settled in 6-on-6. And Smithtown East has done a great job of now getting a few faceoffs back that they've lost.
That's a great clearance there, an outlet. And now the Tigers have something a little bit unsettled. Will they take it? Looks like they will not. It's Kirshner. Good job by Lamondola, the goalie there, getting the clearance. And Meyer has the ball. Hunted by DeSano. DeSano looking to take away Meyer's right hand. Gets it right back, pops it up top. And you can see, too, off the goal, Delaberti back in there.
I think Stark came out of the midfield. Delaberti stayed on there at attack and giving Smithtown East a different look defensively as Northport putting some guys in some different positions here.
Downhill, bouncer wide, pick up there by Delaberti. Lowers his shoulder, kicks it back out. Shot was by Hellriggle. Here's McNaughton. Swings it, 2 minutes left first quarter, 3-2 the lead for Northport. There's Stark, back to McNaughton. Plays basketball. Big body. Kind of has that Canadian understanding, right, of the box game just because of his basketball ability. And you can't talk about box or lacrosse without mentioning Rob Campbell, of course, coming from British Columbia. So he's well-versed in a lot of those aspects. Bouncer wide of the cage by Hellriggle. Delaberti puts it back in. We're not keeping like a time of possession stat, Rob, but certainly it's been favoring Northport here with these patient possessions.
Extremely disciplined team all over the field. It's going to take for Smithtown East to be disciplined as well, not get antsy here on defense, knowing the patience that Northport's going to have, not to make a mistake. So long as they're not shooting the ball on cage and not getting good shots, the defense is doing their job. You don't need to take it away, although they just did here, as Smithtown East gets going the other way here.
And that was interesting there too, right? Because Meyer had the short stick behind the cage. He attempted to pass it back out top, but then it was DeSano helping cause that turnover, giving the Bulls the ball. Final 26 seconds of this first quarter. It's been a fun one. There's Rooney. That's Mangles. part of that second midfield unit. 8 seconds. Mangles backs his guy down, loses the ball. Battle for the GB. It's picked up, but time runs out on the first quarter. These are two teams who are at the very top of Suffolk Division I, and they played accordingly. The Tigers with a 3-2 lead after the first quarter. You're watching this Suffolk Division I showdown presented by Whitfit Athletics and the Varsity Media Sports Network.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Northport. Dylan Butler here with Rob Pinnell. It's 12 minutes in the books, and it's Northport with a 3-2 lead. We want to thank our sponsor this afternoon, Whitfit Athletics, sports performance training for all sports. We help to improve speed, strength, power, and cognitive abilities. We work with athletes of all ages, from youth to pro. Free evaluation when you mention Varsity Media. That's Whitfit Athletics out in East Setauket, 631-901-6199. See the Northport huddle. What'd you think first quarter?
Moving forward, I'm really going to be looking at Smithtown East and their patience. Northport is such a patient team on offense that can lead to two things. One, a defense getting antsy, wanting to create a turnover, and almost creating offense for Northport and giving them easy scoring opportunities. And also on the offensive end, as an attackman or midfielder watching a lot of Northport on offense, when you get the ball, you might want to go to the goal so quickly because you haven't seen the ball and you want to score a goal and you want to do something. It's going to be important for Smithtown East to maintain patience against such a disciplined, well-coached Northport team.
Yeah, Rob Campbell said keys against the Northport team is said they don't make a lot of mistakes in unsettled scenarios, right? And they make you pay for it, so we need to be settled, which is exactly what you said, right? He said straight up 6-on-6, we can play them kind of like that Bayshore game when it was a 6-4 game, but he thinks they've got enough skill in their front six to score more goals than Bayshore.
Traditionally, Smithtown is such a skilled program. I think what Coach Campbell also alluded to is that while they are so skilled and have been over the years, sometimes they aren't disciplined. So how do you create that discipline and instill that in your team, especially when you're going up against a team like Northport where it's going to be necessary to have it?
A little bit of change to start. Instead of Hobart there, you saw Matty Tirana, number 40, winning that faceoff. That's, again, a luxury that Smithtown East has is, Hobart's your main guy, but he stays on, right? So instead of getting him beat up and worn down throughout the game, you've got a guy like Tirana who can go ahead and win some of the faceoffs as well and keep Hobart fresh. And there is Hobart. Scored the game-winning goal with 30 seconds left in that come-from-behind win at Connecticut. That was the Bulls' last game. Slide comes, cuts inside, overhand shot, good save by Lamondola. And now the Tigers look to push. Kirshner, Miller, extra pass, low shot, and a goal! A side netting. We saw the net ripple there, Rob, but it was the outside of the net. And now the Tigers showing a bit of a ride. We go the other way. Johnny Tirana, the brother. Wertheim. Ooh, just blows by guys off the bar. Diving for the ball. It will be Northport ball.
Great effort there.
And the officials want Kirshner to back up just a little bit.
Great effort there by Kirshner on tracing that ball down to the sideline. Stealing a possession there for Northport.
Heating up a little bit here in the second quarter. A little bit of feeling out process in that first, in this battle of two teams that are right at the very top of the Suffolk Division I standings. Of course, Northport coming off winning Suffolk 1 last year and then also going on to win the Long Island Championship. To get there, they beat all the Smithtowns. They beat East, they beat West, they beat Ward Melville. Just a murderer's road to get there. And then they beat Syosset in the Long Island Championship. McNaughton switches to his left. Kicks it up top. Hellriggle. He's got the pole and Trebbing. We'll see Trebbing and Stritch at LSM kind of rotate. McNaughton back up top. And here's Meyer. Back to his left, switches it. And one thing you like about Meyer, I think, is he's always trying to find space as a lefty shot by McNaughton. His fourth goal of the year.
Great patience, great ball movement by Northport here. McNaughton catches it on this backside with a defender approaching, and just a great hitch by him, or just split dodge to the inside with the defender coming at him, and finishes with his body going towards the goal there, right? So important. He continues his momentum, not afraid to take a hit there. Someone could have came in and hit him. He finished his shot, finished the process of finishing that goal, and a much-needed goal for Northport to go back up by 2.
Toronto off of that win, back in at the face-off X for Smithtown East. And Kuparanchek went early. So 2-2 for Toronto to start this quarter. For 2, the lead for Northport. Dylan Butler, Rob Pennell here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So thankful you're able to join us on a gorgeous afternoon for lacrosse. Here comes a slide. Look out from behind. And a flag as well. A little extra physicality by Sandrib. And Smithtown East will be a man up. Looks like for a minute. I think it's a high hit.
Carroll looked a little flat foot there. Got bailed out by the penalty, but great play defensively, coming to a player's back when he can't see you, checking that ball out. And Northport, unfortunately, committing a penalty, puts Smithtown East man up here. Something that I've seen with Smithtown right now is they have their players, regardless of position, all over different areas of the field, right? Attackmen aren't playing behind, midfielders aren't playing up top. Everyone's all over. It kind of just seems like it's 6 players out there playing all positions.
They're like an amoeba. They're all over the place. 1 minute man up for the Bulls. Their first opportunity with the man up. Expect to see how we do see him. Devlin, look at the big fella, 34. Watch out for him. Has a cannon of a shot. There he is. Devlin kicks it back up top. Hobart. Back out to Devlin. And the Bulls want to talk it over. Maybe not enough movement offensively.
Coach Campbell didn't see what he wanted to see there. Kind of just ball moving around the outside. Looked like some guys maybe weren't in the right positions. Probably put a little set play in here, come out of the timeout, get them in the right formation to get a good look. Maybe for Devlin, who's got a cannon.
He certainly does. We mentioned before both of these two teams in the Varsity Media Boys Lacrosse Sweet 16. There you see it. Released on Sunday. St. Anthony's, Mount Sinai, Manhasset. We have and we will see all of those teams all undefeated. Chaminade coming off their first loss of the year. They dropped down behind Manhasset. They lost to Darien at home. Garden City, Shoreham Wading River, Cold Spring Harbor. We'll see them coming up on Thursday against Garden City, our next Varsity Media broadcast. That should be a fun one. It always is when those two teams battle. There you see our upcoming games as well. Port Washington and Wantagh, and then Cold Spring Harbor, Garden City, Little Farmingdale Southside, Kellenberg, Syosset, and then a busy day on the 23rd. You've got West Islip and Bayport Blue Point. All those games right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network on the YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button. All right, so off the timeout, let's see what Campbell has drawn up. Again, it was 1 minute man up, and it was Sandrib who is probably behind Miller as maybe your best poll. Now they do work it low, right? Quicker ball movement. Bouncer, and the goal by Wertheim. Give the assist to Hobart. It's Wertheim's second. A man-up goal pulls Smithtown East to within a goal.
Coach Campbell got the result he wanted out of the timeout here. As you see, they had a set play, kind of a double throwback, a little wheel there, and then just a great skip pass to Wertheim here, and a great shot, bounce shot, back up to the upper part of the goal. Very tough shot for a goalie to save, and a great answer by Smithtown East. Now down 1, 4-3.
Hobart's 7th assist, the 16th goal for Wertheim. Clean win for Kuparanchek. Again, he'll go to Penn State, where a guy from Smithtown East did a lot of facing off and winning a lot of face-offs. Gerard Orseri, of course. Who's now, like my broadcast partner, doing this thing for a living. So Northport looking for the answer. Oh, great job from behind. The stick check came. That was Garrett Mangles, 35, defensive midi. It's the second midfield line. That's Matty Webb, 19. This is where they made a little bit of a change, where Macklin O'Brien, the junior, number 9, joined this group. Low shot, good save. First really good one from Mathis. Got low, made the save.
I think Mathis needed to see that one. As a goalie, you want to get that save. One or two of them early on. That's the first one that he really saw.
Stritch lost it for a second, recovers, but just kind of threw it to no man's land. I don't know if they were up against the failure to advance or not, but just kind of tossed it into space and allowed the Tigers to possess again. But again, a little bit of a ride, and this, again, was the trouble as the Tigers call timeout. This was the issue in that Mount Sinai opener where the ride just ate him up, and you get a guy, especially at the top of a ride like that, like Joey Spallina, who just getting layups then, right? It became easy for Mount Sinai just to tack on to the lead, and that's one of the things certainly that the coaching staff of Northport addressed after that loss when they watched the game film and they got back to the laboratory, said we've got to clean that up, that aspect of the game up.
In a low-scoring game, it's even more important because those extra possessions that your defense may face because you can't clear the ball are going to take its toll on you, whether it's an easy goal off of the ride or just an extra possession where your defense will be playing more. It's going to lead to some fatigue, and that's going to wear down on you as the game goes on. So being able to clear at a high percentage is very important and something that every team is going to continuously work on right up until the season's over.
These are two great teams. You want to join our team? We can let Varsity Media help promote your business. We've got affordable rates, customizable packages to fit any budget. We will help grow your brand through our SPORTSCAST. Call 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Contact us today to advertise. 4-3 lead for Northport. 5:34 left.
On the flip side, clearing at a successful rate is great, but also being able to ride. Smithtown East has done a great job this game so far to create extra possessions and to put the ball on the ground, as they just did right there.
And you saw there, they dispossessed Lamandola, and then it was Mathis who came up with it.
Not sure what the call was, as it looked like Smithtown East had enough guys on side.
You could hear from here the official saying, I know where the ball was. So maybe it bounced out of bounds. Regardless, here come the Tigers now. Got excited there. I thought we might have had a goalie goal there with one goalie out, the other goalie coming in to get the GB.
Your favorite goalie goal is the only thing that's better than a pole goal.
Yeah, I think you took exception last time I said that. I mean, you're an attacking guy. I get it, right? But, like, we expect the creativity from you guys. When it comes from a guy with a long pole, man, that's...
I get it. Goals are expected from us.
Yes. And appreciated.
Everybody loves a high-scoring game.
Yeah, that's why it's the fastest game on 2 feet, right? McNaughton wants it up top. He just scored a goal in this quarter. Here comes Meyer. Getting pushed behind by DeSano. Feeds it up top. Good dodge! And a better save by Mathis. And now Northport rides. Did they create the turnover? They did. As there's Will Murphy. You get the sense too, Rob. Every ground ball, man, is like it's really battled for today.
Especially when it leads to a turnover. Mathis made a great save there. Smithtown East had the ball, knocked out by a great ride.
Nobody picked up Kirshner, and he makes him pay. A howitzer up top. His second goal of the game, and he extends the lead to 5-3.
Mathis saw the last two shots, but this one by Kirshner just too good. High to high to that upper left corner, right inside the pipe as you see it here. Very tough to stop that one. Not many goalies seeing that. Great shot by Kirshner. And once again, a goal that was created by a great ride by Northport. Previous save by Mathis. Defender picks it up, gets stripped. Extra possession for Northport, and they make Smithtown East pay for that, going up by 2, 5-3.
I think Kirchner was even surprised, right? Kind of expected, where's the slide, right? And it didn't come, and as you said, makes him pay his second of the game. A hold off the face-off, and it will be Smithtown East ball. Here's Worthon. Again, draws Miller. That's Rooney, who's been a great ex-attackman for the Bulls this year. Obviously a bit of a smaller body, but he is built tough, as is Mars. Backing down. Works the X back to Rooney. Rooney tries an inside roll. Couldn't get it, though. Good job by the pole.
Yeah, great recovery there by Breckling. Very tough to cover an attackman that's coming at you, moving.
Saved by Lamandola. A yard sale. Shot was taken there by Owen Carroll. And here come Northport. It's Miller. Quinn Reynolds, 35. Again, he's solidified a spot as that top D midi, that warrior, right? He was on that second midfield line. Point guard and hoops as well. He's done a really good job today. He'll come off now, as coming out of the box is Sandrib defensively. 2 minutes left, first half. Northport has led throughout, but they have not led by more than 2. They're trying to extend that lead now. Delaberti from behind the cage. Kirshner Swings to the Hellriggle. Big, strong kid is Hellriggle. Stark tries to go downhill. And there is the alpha male of this Northport attack. Good save by Mathis, denying Meyer.
Mathis really starting to see it, especially on those inside shots, 5 yards and in. That's 3 in a row here where he's able to match the shooter's stick really well. Big save there to give Smithtown East the ball now in transition.
And there's the response. Tirana, the goal.
Face-off guys for Smithtown East doing it all today. They're taking face-offs, they're scoring goals, creating offense, and this is just a result of Mathis's save. Smithtown East pushing it in transition, and Tirana with a great high-to-low shot from outside, step down. That's what Smithtown East needed. A little bit of a lull there on offense for them. Able to cut that lead back down to 1 with just over a minute here to go in the second quarter.
And that's part of that recognition by Wertheim, right, as well, right, where you know that you'll get the attention of the Poles, right? So go ahead, just make the extra pass.
He was drawing so much attention as they probably didn't want him shooting the ball. Tirana, number 40, maybe not known as much as an offensive threat, but showed that he is one there.
Stalemate between Hobart and Kuparanchek. The Wings want to get involved in the worst way. It's kicked forward. Ground ball picked up. Ooh, a little pass trying to find Meyer in front off his stick. Look at Meyer doing the extra work, though, to recover the ball back. But Smithtown East gets it. Quickly ahead, Wertheim. Can he attack? Gets it to his left. Oh, what a pass inside. The Poles come converging. Rooney from X, final 27 seconds. And you can see how much every possession is valued, where Campbell wants to call timeout, set something up for the final 23 seconds.
You've got them, you might as well use them. Coach Campbell, I think, saw the offense, was a little out of sorts there. Guys all over the place, a little disorganized. Bring them in. 23 seconds left. Let's put in either a set play or get the guy who we want to have the ball, get it in his stick, let him initiate, get the defense moving, and let's get a scoring opportunity to maybe tie this game going into halftime.
Yeah, it's been a fun one. It's been as advertised, and you can see the top of your screen there. You're going to hit that subscribe button to find out about all of our upcoming broadcasts. The same as well as you can follow us on social media. Those are our handles there, and I think our number's somewhere up to like 50-something games I think we got going on. An incredible amount of games, and certainly happy to bring it to you. We love bringing it, and we love that you guys are following us as well.
It's amazing what Varsity Media is doing. Wish there was something like this when I was playing in high school, not only for everyone on Long Island, around the country to watch, but also us as players. We love to watch ourselves after games and see what we did well, and me more so see what I did wrong and evaluate myself, and to have that immediate access to game film and to your film to see what happened and what went wrong or what went right is amazing. So I love getting texts from you guys saying we added a game. I think this was one of the games that was added, Smithtown East Northport.
And listen, you want to bring your game to life, it's a Varsity Media Sportscast. We've got announcers, we've got RP3, instant replays, multiple cameras, graphics, great for rivalry games, senior day, really just any general promotion of your team. Contact us to book a Sportscast, 516-403-2050, or visit varsitymedia.net. 23 seconds left. It's Wertheim with the ball. Interesting here, too. He doesn't have Miller on him this time. Sandrum was the slide. Came in late, though. Quick movement. Hobart! We are tied!
Unbelievable ball movement to finish the second quarter and to finish the first half by Smithtown East. Obviously, Wertheim's going to draw so much attention behind the goal. You can see he's so patient, though. He doesn't force a pass inside. He just moves it. Another patient here. Move it again. Behind, and a great skip pass to Hobart from Rooney. And that's what Coach Campbell was looking for going into the half, as we have a 5-5 ball game here. Great answer for Smithtown East. Great timeout. Exactly what they needed. And we'll have a fresh start going into the third quarter, most likely.
Hobart's 10th of the year. He's got a flair for the dramatic. Mentioned he scored that winner against Connecticut, and just kind of a late shot by Cooper Ronchek towards the cage. And there is the horn for halftime. Northport's led throughout this one. It's been a close one, though, but as you see there right at the end, Hobart with the goal to pull this one even at 5. It's a Suffolk Division I showdown presented by Whitfit Athletics right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Under, what a look!
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Dylan Butler, Rob Pennell, back with you here at Northport High School. Second half just about to start. Great game. As advertised, 5-5 is the score. It was Northport leading through most, but Smithtown rallying late and getting that goal by Hobart to tie things up.
We were looking to see if Smithtown East could match Northport's discipline when it came to 6-on-6, playing on the offensive end and playing in the defensive end and not necessarily rushing it. I think Smithtown did a great job creating loose balls, picking them up to create extra possessions for themselves, and were able to make some great stops on defense, capitalize on offense, and send us into halftime tied up 5-5. But Northport looks great as well and is generating great scoring opportunities on offense. I think they're going to be hopeful to get a few more of those fall in the second half.
And you see from the first half stats as well, pretty even there as well, right? You've got a good amount of assisted goals as well, which means the ball's been moving around, which we've seen certainly. Face-offs have been pretty even as well. That combination of Hobart and Tirana, a slight edge over Cooperanchek, and the man-up opportunity, Smithtown East taking advantage of their lone one, which was a 1-minute penalty on Sandrib, and Northport unable to capitalize on theirs. So as we get set to go in a moment, interesting here, we'll show it to you. The head coach of Northport, Larry Cerese, is in pretty good company, an award winner for Suffolk County. We'll show you the award we're talking about. There it is, the Lieutenant Ray Enners Award, and there you see Cerese winning it during his time with Middle Country, of course, and Ryan Bell, the last winner. He's over at Providence now, and you've had others like Connor Calderon also, right, a Smithtown West guy up at BU, Zach Hobbs from Ward Melville, Chris Gray, of course, doing his thing as well. And you see one of the first winners, James Metzger. My question for you is, RP3, where are you, man, on this list?
I was bested by Justin Turry, who was an incredible player at West Islip in all sports, really. Played against him in football, played against him in basketball, and played against him in lacrosse. And they were obviously state champions back-to-back years when he was there, and he was the class of Division I lacrosse on Long Island. But Uncle Jim knows he's got this one on me. He reminds me of it. I've got a few Ray Enners in college, but he lets me know that he's got the high school one.
Yeah, so great story as well. Ray Enners, of course, Hills lacrosse guy, 1963, all Long Island. Went to West Point in 67 and died serving his country in Vietnam a year later. And you love how both in high school here on the island and also the collegiate game honor his memory as well with some of the best players around. Off the opening face-off, here comes Northport. They've not trailed in this one, and they led through much of that first half. And there's Meyer. A goal and an assist again. Gets DeSano. And I think if you're Smithtown East, again, it is a low-scoring game, but 1-1 from Meyer, that's pretty good for DeSano, considering he's a guy who's got 16 goals and 13 assists coming into this one.
We had a great pace of play in the second quarter there, got up and down a little bit. Offensively, teams were flying around on both sides of the ball. I think in the second half, we're going to see a little bit more of a chess match maybe. Teams being a little bit more particular about who they're going to attack, knowing that each possession is so important.
Kirshner works it from X. He's got the shorty in Hobart, but Hobart pushed him out. I've been so impressed, man, with Hobart and his defensive work. We've seen it out on the wing when he's forced a few turnovers from Kuparanchik, and there as well at X.
He's doing it all today for Smithtown East. Face-offs, offense, scoring goals, assists, defense, making plays like that, leading to turnovers, creating extra possessions for Smithtown as he goes to the box now to get rid of his face-off stick and grab his offensive stick.
Rooney wraps around the fake and the goal. The slide never came. Rooney said, "That's fine, I'll take it." And he gives Smithtown East their first lead of the game.
An attackman's dream right here. Rooney does a great job of just staying patient on this finish. You could see a lot of guys may rush that shot coming around. He finishes, feet moving in front, fakes high, and then shoots around the goalie to that open net. But a little miscommunication by Northport there, taken advantage by Rooney and his patience on the crease there. Just the start Smithtown East is looking for in this second half.
Rooney's 8th goal of the year, and the Bulls get the ball back. Interesting note, right, from Rob Campbell. When we asked him about Rooney, he said he's got a smaller body, but built tough. Still has a way to go, but he's getting to that solid base. And he said, kind of like you did in your senior year as well, where you bulked up and you got the balance and your game really came to life. He said Rooney's a junior, not quite there yet, but he's projecting in that right way.
Well, he's wearing the right number.
That's the start, right? So now Smithtown East. Vernillo. Gets it to X. And pops it up top. There's Mars, the junior. Bit of a role player. Mars has to be kind of uncomfortable, right? Because he's that righty on an attack line that doesn't have that lefty attackman. So he's kind of playing that role as a righty.
Yeah, you can see Smithtown East has kind of inverted their offense here with the attackman up top right now and 2 midfielders in Hobart and Wortham behind the goal, which is interesting as they are 2 great athletes. Generally want them dodging downhill, but Coach Campbell has some game plan here.
Diving towards off the bar, and a crease violation was called on Smithtown East. Hobart with the shot.
I think Hobart would like that one back. It's one of those shots where it's all or nothing, and he's diving towards the goalie to get the shot off, and he's either going to get it in the goal or he's going to be in the crease and it's going to be a turnover. In that case, it was a turnover. I think Smithtown East would like that one back. They can get better than that.
Tough pass. You see the poles converging. But now here's an opportunity. Oh, good pole work by Smithtown East. You saw as that's a trip on the Bulls. So Northport will get their second man-up opportunity. But when they pressed out high, Rob, and they were able to get the pass down low, it created a mismatch. But good job by one of the poles just getting his pole in the passing lane. I think it was 9. Carrick Willie, but then you saw the trip there. So it's a 1-minute penalty against the Bulls. Northport 0 for 1 on the man-up thus far.
Yeah, you never want your goalie to commit a penalty coming out of the goal, and that's exactly what happened there. I think you'd give that to Northport, settle in on 6-on-6, rather than getting a trip there, which is what happened as now the backup goalie gets a little bit warmed up going into this man up.
Yeah, that's Daniel Russo. So this will be an interesting one, right? With Russo in the cage. As you said, getting warmed up.
Every coach is different, with how active they like their goalie, right? They want them to stay in the goal, right? Save the ball, that's your job. Clear the ball, stay within the crease. Some coaches don't mind the goalie chasing end-line shots and getting out there and trying to go for loose balls and being active. Sometimes it can create good things. Sometimes it can lead to other things like penalties and maybe easy scoring opportunities for the other team. So in this case, we got a penalty here, and we'll see if Smithtown East can weather the storm of having the goalie out for a 30-second trip here.
Yes, in Northport, their goal came after the 30-second in their first man-up opportunity, and it was by Delaberti. So let's watch him as well. He scored right at the cage. Five, 6-5 the score for Smithtown East. First time Northport has trailed. Both teams come into this one undefeated in Suffolk Division I this year. There is Delaberti. Kicks it up top. That's Hellriggle. Harassed up there by Stritch. They swing it to the far side. Up top is Hellriggle. Kirschner. 30 seconds left on the man up. Kirschner. Delaberti up top. They've not gotten a shot off yet on a goalie who's admittedly cold right now, Delaberti. And, of course, you don't want to force it either, so it's a tough one. Ooh, is that a high hit? Stark bounces off. Swings it. Kirschner up top. Great look. Delaberti again. This one will be a man-up goal, and we are tied at 6.
Great patience by Northport there as nothing really was going for them. Escaping pressure. Delaberti, second time he's found himself open at the end of a man-up here. and a great finish there. So casual, so smooth. Great shot by him to that far side. Looks like he's been there before. I tell you what, Deliberti, as a freshman out there, is very composed, very relaxed, certainly not playing like one.
It is rare to have a freshman on the varsity here at Northport, considering the numbers that they've had and the quality of players as well. And you have to kind of go back to Brian Cannon in 2014, who went to Carolina, was a two-time All-American, was the second all-time leader in points. That shot high and save there. Ball flipped back to Mathis off of that goal by Deliberti. Here's Wertheim. Miller on him. Look at the wheels on Wertheim.
Yep.
He's still going. Wertheim! What an effort!
Just a heads-up play here by Smithtown East and Wertheim to get that ball behind the midfield line and just speed here. He just runs by everybody, gets to the inside. High to low bounce shot seemed to be working for him today. Great finish that offside. Really a great individual effort. But also a great play by Tirana on defense there to notice he had trouble in the clear. He threw it back over midfield to Wertheim, came over on sides, and then Wertheim just took off towards the goal.
7-6, Smithtown East. Wertheim with the hat trick. Here comes Miller. Pole goal! No. Bounced it just wide. Miller is an interesting guy, right? Because when the coaching staff of Smithtown East kind of talked it up, they said, listen, coach, you got to slide to him early. He said, I don't know about that. He goes, other teams slide late. We got to play him like a midfielder when he comes across. He's that athletic and that good with the stick.
Army's getting a great one in him. Coach Albarisi certainly knows his lacrosse and knows his players, and not surprised to hear that he's extremely skilled, aside from just being a great defender here for Northport.
Here's some of the chatter here from the bleachers saying it was a shot, and you see the officials having a conversation. They first pointed towards Smithtown East ball, but now they meet, and it was indeed a shot, so it'll be Northport ball.
Well, one of the great things about Long Island lacrosse is that you can always account on there being a few extra officials in the stands.
Here's Meyer. Look at the Sano. All over Meyer. Now the slide comes. Good job, though, by Meyer. Cutting away from that. Finds Kirshner. Spins to his left. Kirshner goes goal line extended. Roll dodge. Meyer. Good save by Mathis. Battle for the ball in front. Mathis battles. Little stick check as well, and it will be Smithtown East ball.
Mathis looks good to start the second half, something I was looking for. As he got hot in that second quarter a little bit, now he's made two great saves on the doorstep there. One, obviously, on Meyer, who's an incredible talent, but then also in transition, a couple plays before, he made a great save as well. Look for him to heat up here. That could be big in a close game.
Tirana turns, hands off. There's Mangles, big boy, Garrett Mangles. To Hobart, who plays a lot bigger than he is. Look at the bull dodge by Hobart to his left. Saved by Lamandola. GB picked up by Rooney. Head on a swivel, kicks it up top. Mangles works on Kirshner. Back again to X. Ooh, little stutter step. Nice move. Hobart off the bar. Mangles wide. No backup.
Wow, Northport able to steal a possession there. No backup from the Smithtown East attack. Northport goalie just making the slightest effort to get out of the goal there. Some great opportunities by Smithtown East. Northport was able to stop them. Get it back going on offense here.
This has been a heavyweight battle, man. This is Suffolk Division I at its best this year. Here's Meyer. Up top. Kirshner. McNaughton coming out of the box.
Looking for Meyer to come off the crease here after some ball movement. Northport's been starting him inside, as you see him there, number 1. And as they get moving the ball around and dodging, he seems to pop out either to the high wing on the left side or the right side. As here he goes, he pops off. Move it one more to him, and now he has a dodge on that back alley.
Desano, though, he's got wheels as well. Forced the pass inside. And a huge hit as well. Delaberti got eaten up. I think it was Wertheim. And here come the Bulls in transition. Desano in trouble, lost it. And Northport comes away.
Great officiating there. Both no calls on both sides of the field. Let the boys play a little bit.
Meyer lost it as well. Great stick work as well. 9 is Willie. That senior, his job today was to play Stark. And this is that other matchup that we've loved as well, where it's been Meyer and Desana. You talked about it at the very start.
Something that I've always loved in lacrosse, whether it's high school, college, professionals, looking for those matchups when you have a great player, Meyer and Desano, to see those guys go at it one-on-one. You know, over the years, lacrosse has become all about matchups, short sticks, right? But to see the two best players on the field go after one another, that's what I love to watch for.
Meyer got a step there, and another really good save by Mathis. And here come the Bulls the other way.
Pace is picked up here in the third quarter. I'd look for Smithtown East to maybe slow it down here with a 1-goal lead, take the air out of the ball, get some fresh legs on the field, as some of these players have been back and forth now a few times. Get a good possession, see if they can increase their lead to 2.
Hobart will just roll it. And there's Vernillo. The second midfield line for Smithtown East has been more of that possession unit, right? And that's Cole Milani now. I thought it was Milani 10. Instead, it's 40, Tirana.
Usually when that second line comes in, they're giving that first line a break, and usually you look towards the attack or look for those short stick matchups that you want to take advantage of. He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Campbell was super positive about the second midfield line. He said, listen, if you can give us a 2-minute, 3-minute possession, great. If you just want to sub off after a minute or two, that's fine too. But that's what you don't want, right? You don't want an unforced turnover by stepping out. Miller. Pole goal, yeah! Drew Miller. We are tied at 7.
Drew Miller, the Army commit, taking it into his own hands, saying, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to score myself. Great patience, great hands for a big man inside there. Really feeling the checks himself, as a defender should, knowing where they're coming from, and finishes on the goalie there to tie this up 7-7 with a minute to go in the third quarter.
His 7th goal of the year.
And seeing how he's handled the pole there and how patient he was and composed, I'm not surprised.
7-7 with a minute left in the third quarter. And this time Tirana goes early. So Northport conceivably here can hold for the last and maybe take an 8-7 lead going into the fourth quarter. Kirshner. At the end of the third, we invite you to tell your friends, tell your family, watch the fourth quarter. Kirshner!
The old dodge and re-dodge. He dodges down the alley here, kind of fades like he's going to take a second or two and holds that defense off, and everybody kind of leaves him. Left him to himself here, and he steps in and take that shot. deception. As he dodges there and kind of steps away like maybe he's not going to attack the goal, defense kind of relaxes, steps off of him. He steps right back into a shooting spot and hammers it sidearm high. Great finish to the third quarter here by Northport.
Kirshner's third goal of the game. He's only came in with 4. Meyer can't pick it up. And what's the call? We'll go Smithtown East. 17 seconds left. Can they get something here late in this quarter? As we'll have another conversation among the officials. Kirshner's a guy, though, too, you love to see it. He's a cross-country guy, right, in the fall. So he could run for days, and he's never a guy to come off the field. He can do his work on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, can score goals as well. He's got a little bit of wiggle to him. He doesn't have to be that offensive guy, but he's got the ability. And today, listen, he's had the looks. We've seen him open a couple times, right, where maybe the slide isn't coming to him, and he's capitalized 3 goals on the game.
It's the great thing about sports. Any given day can be anyone's day. Meyer, kind of quiet today. Other players stepping up. Kirshner, one of those guys, and doing it in a timely fashion.
It's a conversation among the officials. And it will be Smithtown East ball here. 17 seconds left. And it's going to be Wertheim with the ball. Listen, this is a guy who can kind of go all the way to the goal from here, right?
17 seconds, plenty of time to get the ball down and get a good shot off. They've got 2 on him, a guy behind him ready to go.
You can see Sarasi having a conversation as well.
You could tell how invested these coaches are in their players and their teams. They just live for this moment, big matchup. Beautiful day.
Wertheim rolls. Like you said, there comes the third, right? Gets by all 3. 8 seconds to go. Wertheim, downhill, spins to his left, fires. That went off a body, deflects. It's behind the cage, and that is the horn. So Smithtown East had battled back, and they took their first lead, but Northport had the response. They, off of that Kirshner goal, have an 8-7 lead going into the fourth quarter. You're watching this Suffolk Division I showdown presented by Whitfit Athletics right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event? Look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Northport High School. Dylan Butler here with Rob Pinnell as well. And I want to thank the folks at Whitfit Athletics for sponsoring today's game. At Whitfit Athletics, you get sports performance training for all sports. We help to improve speed, strength, power, and cognitive abilities. We work with athletes of all ages, from youth to pro. A free evaluation when you mention Varsity Media. That's Whitfit Athletics out there in East Setauket. 631-901-6199. See the huddle here at Northport. It has that feeling. It's getting a little warmer out, right? Getting a little feeling like this is a playoff type of game. These two teams have played in the postseason in each of the last 3 years, and Northport beating Smithtown East each time in the postseason.
This game to remain undefeated in league play, but I have a feeling regardless of the outcome and what happens in this fourth quarter, these teams may see each other again. Both are playoff caliber teams, and are going to use this game to learn, get better. But it's a game we hoped for. 8-7, fourth quarter, 12 minutes to go. This is why you play the game if you're a Northport or or Smithtown East player.
Clean win for Hobart. There's the pass, the extra look, and there's the goal. Tic-tac-toe. What a great finish by Mars, and we are tied at 8.
If you can take a clip of the perfect fast break and show every player, this is it. Boom. Great patience, great finish inside. Hobart pushing that pass forward, hitting the point man. And Carroll at the point, surveying the defense there, seeing who's open, and finding Mars on that left side for the catch and finish. Couldn't be a better start to the fourth quarter for Smithtown East.
Mars, his 3rd goal of the year. Credit Carroll with his 4th assist. Back to the faceoff X, a hush here at Northport. Cooper Anchek looked like he might have been held, and that is the call. And every one of these face-offs just becoming bigger and bigger here as we are in the money quarter, in the fourth quarter. There's Stark. He's got Willie on him. Up top to Kirshner. He's had the hot hand. 3 goals. McNaughton back to Hellriggle. These are all seniors on this first midfield line. They've played together for years. They won a Long Island championship. Kirshner backs it up. They did it, though, most of them, as kind of that second midfield unit last year, right? Now they've got advanced roles. McNaughton, a little shimmy, a little shake, switches hands and scores! McNaughton, his 2nd goal of the game, and the lead back for the Tigers.
McNaughton using his body here, the dodge down the alley, roll back to up the field to the inside, and changing the planes with that bounce shot. High to low, back up high over Mathis' shoulder, and the answer Northport needed.
Yeah, I think the pace that you were saying, like it's I feel like in each half it's kind of like early first quarter, early third quarter, similar, right? And it's been pushed where it's going to be, I think, a really, really good pace here in this final quarter.
I think a lot of it is going to depend on who has the ball and who has the lead. Northport up 9-8 now. They should take the air out of the ball in this possession and try and take a minute, 2, 3 minutes off the clock.
There's McNaughton off his 2nd goal of the game, and another guy too, right? Kirshner came in with 4 goals, has 3 on the day. Well, McNaughton came in with had 3 goals. He scored 2 today as well. And there he is, has the shorty matchup. Tirana on him. McNaughton turns. Now he gets pulled by DeSano. That means that Myers got the shorty matchup and a flag as well. So now Myers got it. You got to eyeball him. DeSano goes inside row. Meyer denied up high.
Mathis bailing his defender out there. As you see, they switched and switched back, and Meyer had that take to the inside and a great look to go up by 2, but Mathis saves him. But Northport going man up with a minute slash.
And it's DeSano as well, right? So this is a critical juncture in this game. 9-8 is the lead for Northport. They've been good kind of late, right, in the man-ups. They scored after, but still in the possession, and they did score late in their last man-up opportunity. Now you've got East without their best pull.
Part of that scoring late is patience. They're not forcing anything early on. They're moving the ball around. If you don't score in a man-up, but you still have the ball, great. Not the biggest thing, but if you take an errant shot or look at force a pass inside, that's not what you need, especially when you have a 1-goal lead in the fourth quarter. So taking a high percentage shot is important, and if at the end of it you have the ball, great.
A little sloppy up top for the Tigers. Here's Meyer, the bouncer! Meyer's 2nd goal. It's a man-up goal for the Tigers, who extend their lead to 10-8.
The bouncers seem to be going here for Northport today. They found a weak spot for Mathis. as many of their goals have been high bouncers, and they got it in their guy's stick for a step down bounce shot. Meyer showing up when it matters most in the fourth quarter, stretching that Northport lead to 2. 10-8, 9 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
Meyer now with 18 goals on the year. This matches the Tigers' largest lead in this one. Hobart and Kuparanchek. And good extra effort there by Reynolds. You've mentioned it, right? The wing play becomes so important on two guys who are very good at the face-off X. And that's where Reynolds came up with that ground ball.
This is really where Northport can take their time, up by 2. Smithtown East with no shot clock in high school lacrosse might have to start to extend here, try and put the ball on the ground. Northport can take 2-3 minutes off the clock here easily without taking a shot.
And not quite the time yet, probably, right, for Mathis to kind of get out as that extra defender. But listen, he's adventurous as well, so we'll keep an eye on him. But we're still probably about 3 or 4 minutes away from that. Here's Kirshner up top to McNaughton. McNaughton will take a jog. Faces the goal back up top. As you mentioned, right? Understanding of time and score. So important. Meyer to Kirshner, and there's Stark. Draws the pole. Stark! Another low shot. Stark's first goal, and Northport has their largest lead of the game at 11-8.
I love the aggressiveness by Stark here. Jump shot, high to low, finds 5-hole on Mathis on the alley. Take time off the clock or put another goal on the board. Stark decided he liked what he saw, taking advantage of a great scoring opportunity there. And it's now 11-8 Northport. 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go.
Stark's that nice change of pace guy, right? Has the speed, he could dodge from X. Ground ball, a big one here. Scooped up by the Bulls. Great job by Trebling. Where's he going? Here comes Miller. Hands off. A dagger by Meyer. Timeout, Smithtown East.
Northport feeling it here. Hitting the point on the fast break by Miller. The Army commit to the Bucknell commit. Those are the two guys you want handling the ball late in the game, leading to a goal, extending the lead to 4 here for Northport.
Largest lead of the game for the Tigers. We'll take a look at both teams' upcoming schedules. First for Smithtown East. They go to Sachem North on Thursday. They've got Walt Whitman and a big one there you see against Ward Melville as well as Hills. Hills is a team you got to keep an eye out for as well, right? Beat Ward Melville this year. Northport just beating Hills. And Northport's upcoming schedule as well. Take on Larry Sorese's former team, Middle Country. Then they go to Huntington. Not an easy one either. Smithtown East. And then that battle against Ward Melville. That's part of the Louis Acampora Jamboree. Always a highlight of the Northport schedule. We mentioned before, I didn't get a chance to go through it, right, for Smithtown East, but the legacy of face-off guys, right? You've got Arceri, you've got Brian Herber, played at Hofstra, Steve Cucurello at Harvard, Bobby Doyle. You have to go even back, right, to Mark Rotella, who is Smithtown, just Smithtown, right, Providence.
One of my coaches.
Of course, West as well. Calderon, Joe Varela went to Navy, his brother Danny at Syracuse. So a lot of terrific face-off guys for both East and West as well, and Northport's got a pretty good one as well in Cooper Ranchek, and this time backs up. Hobart thought maybe might have been called for a push. They still battle for it. And Miller, he just somehow, Rob, finds a way to get around that ball in a key situation.
You know, he knows where to be, he knows where to stand, he knows where the ball might come out. Some of those players just have a knack for being in the right position when the ball's on the ground and of it coming to them, and he's one of those guys that has come to him a few times today in some timely places, and certainly what Northport needed here to perhaps extend the lead to 5 and put this one away, and at the very least take some time off the clock here.
Yeah, you would think this would be the time, right? I mean, again, you want to, if there's a matchup there that you could exploit, you do take it, but now is this time certainly, right, that you would expect them to take the air out of the ball and maybe draw a stall warning and certainly take advantage of the clock that's now counting down towards 6 minutes left. There's Hellriggle up top. Kirshner goes downhill, pumps the brakes, and back up top. You like the work there by Wertheim defensively. Look at that. He causes the turnover. Here's Stritch. Hunter Stritch, head on a swivel, finds the right guy. Wertheim! He did it defensively, and then he takes the pass from Stritch to finish.
For Smithtown to get back in this game with just under 6 minutes to go, these are the type of goals they're going to need. Found the right guy in transition in Wertheim, and he makes them pay high to low. Tough stopping his shot with a head of steam behind him. No one in front of him. Just what Smithtown East needed here.
Wertheim's 4th goal of the game. Stritch's first assist. But also Wertheim obviously helped his own cause there with his work against the ball.
And now it's up to Hobart to see if he can get that ball back to the Smithtown East offense or even create a quick one off the face-off here, which he's done before today.
And Cooper Ranchak went early.
Let's see Hobart. He might take this one to the rack here.
I think he wanted it. Ooh, an errant pass. Over and back. That's a tough turnover there for Smithtown East. You could kind of see the thought process, right? Where maybe the idea was that Wertheim maybe would back up as to make things even worse. Now Smithtown East with too many men there defensively, so battle for the ball. Stays with Northport, so they've got the delayed penalty. Stark? Why not? There's the freshman Delaberti as the flag is picked up. Another man down here for East. But you can see kind of how some mistakes just get sort of multiplied, right? Where it's a pass, you've got the ball, and you miss the contact, and now you're trying to hustle back defensively. You get too many guys there, and now it means it's another man up for Northport, up 3 goals with 4:53 left.
Yeah, really just an unforced error by Mars there. You know, had the stick in his right hand, throwing to his left with a defender stick in the passing lane, and really didn't need to throw the pass. Just secure the ball, get your guys on the field, and at a crucial time, a turnover for Smithtown East, now putting Northport man up.
$15 seconds left on the man up. 10. We are even now. Kirshner. Check the rear view mirror, making sure no one's coming behind them. And now we'll just take a jog there with Tirana at X. Tirana tries to force him out. Kirshner spins off of him, plays a two-man game behind the cage, and an errant pass from midfield. Oh, and what a play. Thought it might have been an over and back. Stark.
That's over.
Scooped up. Ball still losing. Yeah, you're right. Now it's finally called. So now Smithtown East. Tirana looks for options. There's Wertheim.
Got guys open. Inside.
One more. Here it is. Goal! Rooney!
Unsettled situation. Great ball movement by Smithtown East. Wertheim had options here. Finds Rooney coming around the corner there to that top right corner. Great patience, great finish.
Rooney's second of the game, 9th of the season. And he got a 2-goal game. So Smithtown East chipping away, 3:33 left.
Rooney making that look easy. It's not an easy shot coming around, low angle, while you're moving up the field. And he put that one in a coffee can, top right corner.
Cooper Anchek kind of hikes it backwards, but it goes to East. And they get a timeout.
Mars makes up for it with a great ground ball there. Crucial point in the game. Smithtown East down by 2. Plenty of time left. They can get a quick one here.
Yeah, 3:24 left, 2-goal game. You're loving this one. Here's our upcoming schedule as well. Port Washington and Wantagh in Nassau County. A game that you and I will be on will be Cold Spring Harbor and Garden City. That's a 5:15 start in that one. Southside and Farmingdale, Kellenberg, Syosset, that early face-off there on the break. You love those 11 a.m. starts during the week. And then you've got back out to the 6-3-1 we go as West Islip and Bayport Blue Point battle. Gotta like that one as well. Not too far from my house as well. I love, when you don't have to travel too far, you like that, right? So I'm out in Oakdale, go to Bayport, no problem. Just cut right through Sayville.
I'm with you. We're in Northport here. I'm in Huntington.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
10 minutes away, and work in Garden City, so that'll be our second Garden City game. It's great.
And that'll be another one, too. You kind of look ahead of that matchup right at the face-off X where you've got Hawkinson going to Rutgers from Cold Spring Harbor, and, of course, Cascadon going to your alma mater as well in Cornell. So another fun one at the face-off X in that one.
Looking forward to that one. Also, just two tradition-rich programs in Cold Spring Harbor and Garden City that are just staples on Long Island. So it'd be great to see them go head-to-head.
Yeah, you talk about some of the, bigger names, right, throughout, even recently with Cold Spring Harbor, like a Laviano, what he did at Virginia, and, of course, Licciardi up at Cornell doing a great job. Those are just two Cold Spring guys.
See what Smithtown East has here coming out of the timeout. No surprise, the ball in Wertheim's stick with Miller on him.
Yeah, no surprise there either.
Great matchup.
Tries to work off a screen. Miller gives him the stick, still has it. Wertheim switches hands. Wertheim, great look in front, but it just goes off a stick. That was Carroll, who was open in front of the cage.
Great effort by Wertheim there as he found Carroll. Smithtown East with the ride here. Miller.
Ooh, some venom on that shot. No backup, though.
Mathis didn't have to run far. He got the ball back for Smithtown East. 2:40 to go.
Still a ton of time. Like, it feels like there's a minute, but there's still so much time left.
Northport maybe could steal one back in the ride here.
Mathis, they got to get it over. They got to get the clear.
Miller on the ball, though. It looks like he's lost some gas. He's a little tired.
Willie, the goal! Pole goal response! Willie!
You could just tell when Willie got this ball, Miller running back and forth just looked a little tired, and he went right by him to the goal, and we got a 1-goal game here with 2:22 to go. Couple pole goals here today for you.
Miller with one, Willie the response. And listen, we're not maybe so surprised that came from Willie, because this is a guy who used to be a short stick D-midi, right? Like, he was a long pole, but he had to kind of sacrifice as that short stick D-midi because there were other better poles, older poles in front of him. So in our conversation with Campbell, he kind of joked. He said, listen, he kind of dealt with it for a year and got better as a result. Kuparanchek. Ooh. He had a lot of Smithtown East guys around him. A great timeout called by Sarase with 2:10 left in this fourth quarter. We had hoped, we thought this would be a great one, and it has lived up to its billing. Two teams that are certainly no strangers to being among the best in Division One. Of course, you kind of think traditionally, right? You think back in the Scotty Craig days of West Islip and all those guys, right? And those teams they had there, and Ward Melville, obviously traditionally, Jay Negus' program, always one of the best. You see the standings here in D1. So, Smithtown East, Suffolk A champs in 2014 and 2015. That's when they really kind of had it humming with Arceri and Dana Jealous and Connor DeSimone as well, that whole unit. And you see here what this win would mean for either team, with Huntington right in between as well. See some of those key upcoming matchups as well. Middle Country, Northport at Huntington, Ward Melville at Smithtown East. Not an easy game. That's why you love to play in a division like this. It has always been just, we've always kind of said it's so hard to get off the island, right? When you try to play for a state championship because of right here, it's just hard to get off out of Suffolk, right? When you consider the sort of so many great tradition-rich programs. And that's just Division One, right? You go to Division Two, you got Mount Sinai, Smithtown West now, into Bayport, Shoreham, Wading River. So incredible programs. Northport, of course, the defending champions in Suffolk Division One.
Northport got a break here. That ball was actually on the other side of the field, and they gave him a free clear. If I was Coach Campbell, I wouldn't be happy about that.
Kirshner on Willie. Ooh, stall warning. And he stepped out. That was a quick stall, I thought.
That was an extremely quick stall.
Here we go. Wow. 1:45 to go, a 1-goal game. High shot wide.
Oh, what a backup. What a heads-up play by Zemus on the end line there. Stealing a possession for Northport.
And now you expect the ride, right, to come as well. Here's Rooney. Reynolds with the ball. Attacks the teeth. Lost it. But again, one of those where the timeout came kind of just as he was losing the ball. So listen, Sarase, back-to-back great calls on timeouts, right?
Great timeout there. Curious now, out of this timeout, how quickly the ref is going to put on the stall here.
Yeah, that was really fast on that side. I thought that was and you could see the reaction, too, from the Northport bench. Like, usually we hold the ball for a little bit before a stall warning comes in, right? Both teams dealing with some injuries as well. I wanted to mention a couple of these guys. Andrew Donato, number 13. We see him on the Smithtown East bench, still part of it. Separated his shoulder in the last game against Connecticut. Donato, a senior. Expecting him back. He's that kind of garbage guy, the cleanup guy right around the crease. Expecting him back for the playoffs. And Northport still dealing with the injuries with the polls. You really feel for John Alfiero, number 45, going to High Point, his senior season over with that torn ACL against Port. Fluke injury, just kind of turned, non-contact. He's expected to have surgery this week, and Dan Eager's still yet to play this season. He's their number one cover guy going to Delaware, number 20 for Northport. So those are big absences for the Tigers, and you expect or you hope to see Eagers at some point, and obviously the same is true for Donato for Smithtown East. So here we go. 1:23 on the clock, a 12-11 lead for Northport. One of these teams will have their first loss in league play. And you're right, let's keep an eye on how quick the stall comes. There it is. Kirshner forced behind, nearly lost it. Northport's got to stay in. Kirshner running for his life. Mathis out of the cage now as an extra defender. He's defending right now. Lost his stick. That's Murphy, Will Murphy.
Easy double there.
50 seconds left. And it will be Smithtown's ball. Here we go. Strap in. Wertheim.
Do we get a timeout from coach or just let him play?
Hobart backs it up. You got to find Wertheim, you think, right? Looking for a scoop. 29 seconds. They have been good off of timeouts, that is for sure. 20 seconds. Oh, nearly taken away, and it is taken away now. Zemus just throws it down the field. There is Miller. Stall warning is on. It's not going to matter as Northport. The last shot never materialized for Smithtown East, and Northport wins a thriller, 12-11. I think your only hope there, Rob, and we're neutrals, right? You just wanted to get a last shot. You wanted to get something on cage. Smithtown East never did get that opportunity.
That's what I was thinking. A little anticlimactic there with Smithtown to have a chance to tie the game up. Not sure if Smithtown had a timeout or if they didn't. Regardless, seems like they were trying to get the ball on Carroll's stick. Great defensive shutoff there and great defensive stop to end the game.
We'll take a quick break and we'll have an interview with the RP3 player of the game when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 888-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, SPORTSCAST,
Thunder, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Northport. Dylan Butler here with Rob Pennell. A thrilling win for the Tigers, 12-11 over Smithtown East. We are joined by the RP3 player of the game, presented by Whitmore Insurance. It is Drew Miller, the long pole. And Drew, listen, I have said all year long, my partner here, Rob, is tired of me saying it. I love the pole goals. You do not... you certainly deliver in those, but you also, it's not just the number of goals, right? It's the big-time goals. You had a huge one here today in this win against Smithtown East.
Yeah, thank you.
How about just this win, man? Like, you know, the two of you are right at the very top. You're both undefeated in league play. It had the feel, you know, maybe it's the weather getting warmer, but it had the feel of a late season or maybe a playoff type of game.
Yeah, we went into this game, and we all knew it was going to be the biggest game of the season thus far. The other team had a bunch of great players, and we were just going into it thinking about what we had to do individually and how we could come out of it together as a team.
Drew, talk to me about after that first game, you played Mount Sinai, and you guys get beat pretty good there. What are some things that you guys have focused on as a team, right? You as a leader on the team, what have you been trying to stress to now 6-0 in your last 6 games, right? What has changed?
100%. I would say communication and working together more as a unit was our main focus. Being able to play off of each other and kind of get that team chemistry going. And yeah, I said it earlier, like more communication. It's what gets us going.
Drew, you had a great matchup today as well, right? With their guy Marcus Wertheim, and he's going to Brown. You're going to Army. How much do you sort of love these sort of one-on-one battles inside of a game?
They're great. It's a grind. He's a great player, Marcus, and I played him last year against Smithtown. He's a great player. It's really cool to play at this level against all the top recruits.
It was a great matchup to watch, Drew. Going to Army, playing for Coach Alberici. I'm a big fan of the Black Knights. Big fan of Coach there. How excited are you to go there?
Sir, I'm so excited. Love Coach A, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Last question. Cornell plays Army this weekend. Who's winning?
Be careful. This is Rob Pennell, the Cornell Twarton winner. Come on.
Go Army, but Cornell's a good squad.
I love the loyalty, my man. Awesome game today. Great performance. Good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That is Drew Miller, the RP3 player of the game, presented by Whitmore Insurance. The game lived up to its billing. It came right down to the final possession, and Northport a huge win here at home against Smithtown East.
Started with a beautiful day. Based on some of their games so far this season, we thought it might be a close one, and these teams certainly delivered. Great game for both teams moving forward, right? To watch, to evaluate. Smithtown East, a lot of unforced turnovers. Northport again in the clearing and riding game, creating some extra opportunities for Smithtown there. So you can always get better after a game like this. Hopefully we see these two later in the season playing in the playoffs. That would be a game we'd all love to see.
Yeah, and they've done that these last couple of years. Northport getting the better of Smithtown East, and this is just game 1 of 2 for us, right? We'll have a day, right? A little recovery for us and prep, and we head out to Garden City on Thursday, Cold Spring Harbor, Garden City.
That should be a great matchup. Right? Like Smithtown East, like Northport, Garden City, Cold Spring Harbor, 2 tradition-rich programs on Long Island. Both teams going to be excited for that one. Be a great game for us to call. Hopefully we get a similar game to today, similar day to today.
Similar weather, yeah. That'd be nice. But great game here as well. Great job by you, partner, as well. And want to thank our entire crew as well. Of course, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our director, Chris Sweeney, Becca Kazaks, and AJ Nieves with all the camera work. And, of course, my buddy here, RP3, Rob Pinnell, as well. Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us here from Northport. And we look forward to seeing you again next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.